It's Big Mouthy.
Okay, my name is Melody Demon, and I am a singer-songwriter. For now, based out in Charlotte, but hopefully LA soon.
First of all, she's my vocal teacher. Amazing,
Yes,
by the way.
that
Do you have
too.
any-
Oh yeah, I forgot. I do teach people how to sing too.
How did you get started? Music? Like, when you were growing up? Was it like something you found later in life? How did you find the passion?
Yeah, 100%. So I feel like I'm a great example of one of those kids that just kind of like knew like what they wanted to do when they were little. I just didn't like consciously put the words together, if that makes sense. But like from the jump, I've just been singing since I was a kid, like a lot. It started sort of with Hannah Montana, and I was watching that show and I just would sing all of her songs all the time. And then when I was about 10, my dad was like, you're not that bad. Like, do you want to go to voice lessons? And he asked me if I wanted to take voice lessons. And I was like jumping up and down at the thought of that. Because I knew I loved singing, but I guess I just maybe hadn't said to myself, like, I'm going to be a singer yet.
Right.
Until I started taking voice lessons and like I got better. And it was like, oh. And then Taylor Swift came about in my life. I know everyone wants to like hate and whatever. I don't care. She's just the one that made me want to make my own music though, because of the songwriting skills. Like I just, little girls obsessed with Taylor Swift. And then like, but for me, because I could already sing and then hearing her write her songs, I just like, so I started writing my own songs.
Right.
And I started like, just writing stupid songs in my notebook, like, and then it just happened. It just was like, there's really never been anything else in my life. I didn't know I was going to be a voice teacher though. That's one thing that was like a surprise to me. It came about sort of organically. One of my producers works as and he was just like, we need a voice teacher and you're great at singing. Like, how do you feel about that? I was like, are they okay with like the fact that I didn't go to school for that? And they're like, yeah. They just want to come and like have an interview. Like they've heard your music. I was just like, okay. Cool. And I'm like, I love it. I'm actually like good at it. I didn't know how I was going to be at it, but they didn't give me any training. It was just like, can you sing? Okay. Teach people then.
There we go. Yeah.
They let me like use my own methods. There's really no like, there was no direction as far as that's concerned. So it's kind of cool to like, it has also helped me understand music a bit better as well. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, and I'm warming up like more than I would normally because I'm helping other people warm up. So it's like ingraining the good habits into me even more now. So it's just like good. I like it.
That's cool. Okay, so that was your music journey, and so how did that come into you're owning your own studio here, and you got a lot. You got instruments. You have a soundboard back there, microphones. It's really cool in here.
Thank you. Okay, so I got this house maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. And this building was back here. And this house was built in 1932, I think. Oh, wow. So it's pretty old. Even inside, there's like French doors and stuff. And if you go into the back room over here, there's like a sign that's like pointing backwards that says like Mountain House and Stables. So like obviously this was a totally different geographical like area before. But this building was here. And when I looked at this house, obviously I saw the building. I didn't know exactly what I was going to use it for, but I was just like, that's awesome. But there was no electricity in the building. So I took, some money and I put it into the building, and I have like one of my friends a contractor, and he he has an electrician dude, and he came out here and he did everything, and then I just started getting equipment from Facebook Marketplace. Yeah. And I knew it. You want to come up here? Come here.
Can they jump that high?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess so. Easily.
Man, you got
tail in the
what
butt.
is you got going on? Okay. So yeah, and the friend that I have that works at School of Rock, one of my producers, he kind of helped me knowledge-wise as to like what I would need to put it together. He went to school for music, and he knows how to engineer, mix, master, all of it. Knows music theory, and so he came over here and was just like, we put together an equipment list, and then I got pretty much everything off Facebook Marketplace except for like 2 things. And then it was a really slow start at first. Like I didn't have like anyone other than like a couple friends coming through. But I didn't have any like people coming through really until I got on Thumbtack. And Thumbtack really helped me.
That's where I found you.
Yeah, I know, yeah. And at first I wasn't offering private lessons here because I was just giving lessons like at and then having the recording studio here. Thanks for putting all of your hair all over me. Yeah, but then I started offering singing lessons. It's crazy because singing lessons is so much more popular on Thumbtack than recording and audio recording is. I didn't really know why, but yeah, but now it's kind of picked up quite a bit. Nice. Like I have like a couple leads coming through a week or something like that, which is crazy. So yeah.
That's great. Yeah, no, congratulations on your success. And, you know, how do you, like, was it like difficult for you going into teaching, just coming from singing? Like you said, you was no like background in, you know, teaching, of course. And so how was that transition, you know, from being the artist to teaching artist?
So, good question. So, like, I'll never forget, because like I knew I was getting the job. Like I had my interview, and then Christian, my boss, told me that I got the job, and I was just like, he was like, yeah, you have training like tomorrow at 5, and I was just like, okay. But I thought training was gonna be like, you know, how to engage with the students, because I mean, there's a lot of kids, like there's kids, teenagers, and adults, and I don't know, I just am not used to like dealing with that many people, really. So the job I had before that was just like production, me by myself, like doing stuff with like 2 other people. So I don't know. I was just like, oh boy. But I mean, I went into training, and he pretty much just told me how to use like the app that we use to like check people in and like put notes in, and there was I didn't know that. Nothing. And then tell me why right after my lesson, my training, I had my first lesson.
Oh, right after.
Like right after, like, and I was low-key like trying not to like just, keep my cool. It felt like stage fright, even though there was no stage. But I went, and it was like this 14-year-old girl named Samantha. She's still my student now. I love her to death. But I was trying to like not show that it was my first time teaching somebody. And I just had to think about like, okay, where do you start with singing? Like breathing. You start with breathing, and you start with like engaging and like learning how to support your sound, and then like also how to just like, as you've taken some voice lessons, just kind of using things that like examples from your real life, like calling out, chipmunk voice, all these like weird things that you can do with your voice that people already know how to do, and then just apply it to singing. So I kind of just had to go dig deep back to when I started voice lessons at 10. Like, what did I start with? Like, and it's interesting because I really know how all of that feels. Like, I know how all of it feels. I've dealt with my own bad habits, and like, I didn't realize how much my voice lessons for me was training.
Right.
I just didn't realize that. And when I started giving voice lessons, like that was all I had to reference, you know what I mean? So I'm just kind of like knowing what works for me, and knowing, I don't know, just how to kind of work with how it's so individual. It's really just depends on the person and their bad habits. So every student, like I don't teach any student the same way.
Right.
And that's kind of why I'm like, okay, training wasn't even really necessary as long as you know how the voice works, because it's just kind of like each person, some people are more visual, some people are more this, some people like have this bad habit, some people have the opposite bad habit. And it's like, so it's just kind of like a lot of my brain energy just kind of like paying attention to what is happening with that particular student. So now I'm super confident with my abilities. Like when I went out to LA, there was like I'm meeting artists that are like more on than I am, and they're like, oh, you're a voice teacher? I might need your help with something. I'm like, yo, I take Zoom lessons. Like I know it's far, but I'm like offering people lessons out there and stuff. I feel confident in my ability to teach like anyone how to sing, as long as their like speaking voice is healthy.
No, that's a really good point, because I know from my job, I obviously I don't sing a lot for my job, but I'm in front of the camera a lot for my job all the time, and I felt like after taking a few singing lessons, I feel myself like talking clear, speaking clear, and even slowing down, because I'm a yapper. I like speed up my things all the time, but now I'm like breathing, using the technique that I have in the class, and like breathing and then speaking or saying my lines or whatever. So it's really cool to see, like you're not teaching me how to speak, but you're teaching me like
how to use your voice.
How to use the voice. That's really crazy.
Even that direction thing we were talking about earlier, like you can send your sentences out with that, and they're like, it's like people want to listen more.
Right.
It's very interesting.
That's awesome. So let's talk about some of your travels coming up. You know, you mentioned to me some of your travel and some of your experiences. What do you got going on in the next couple of months or so? Or weeks, really.
Yeah, so I do have like the next like from like here to like June planned out sort of. So right now it's April 25th, and 2 days from now I will be leaving for London. It's not a music trip, but it's just I'm going for a tattoo and to see Aurora in concert. I don't know if you know who that is.
I've heard of her.
But she's great.
Yeah.
She's a Norwegian artist. Anyways, and then after London, I'm taking a train to Amsterdam because my whole dad's side of my family lives there, and I haven't seen them since I was 16. So I am like super excited to see them and reconnect with them. And like 16, I wasn't even like fully me yet.
Right,
So
yeah.
it's just like they're gonna like meet me in a way, which is really cool. And then I get back on May 10th. And I am bringing my recording studio like equipment, like I said, just so because like I want to record in London and like I want to like be at a cafe like recording at the table.
Right,
like I
Drake
don't care.
6 a.m. in London or something
Yeah,
like that.
100%. And I want to get like I'm a huge fan of like getting noises from places I'm around. Like when I went to LA, my first trip to LA, I recorded like the pilot saying like "Welcome to LA," and I want to put that in a song eventually.
So you not only do you sing, like mix master, put things together, or
I will explain that in just a moment. Sort of. Sort of. So, but yeah, I love taking little noises, and I wanted to get some from London and Amsterdam too. But when I come back, I'll be here for a couple more weeks, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and then I'm going back to LA, and I have some stuff booked there for sessions, and I'm going with my producer. So my main producer, his name is Blake the Great, and yeah, he's really the reason why all of that, like the LA stuff has started for me.
Yeah.
But you just asked me about mix and mastering and engineering and all that. So, hello, airplane. So, as you said, there's a control booth back there, and people come in here to record, and I do know how to engineer vocals. I don't know music theory, really. So, like, people like that want to come in here and record like crazy instruments, and I'm like, I don't know what timing it's in. Is it 4/4 timing, 3/4 timing? Like,
yeah.
But the guy that I told you helped me open this place that also works. He's a music theory geek.
Okay,
so he kind of covers that stuff. Whenever we have stuff like that coming in here, he's the engineer. But awesome. I can engineer vocals, like any vocals at all. I'm also really good at like layering and like helping people with like figuring out harmonies and like where harmonies should be, and at the end of the song, let's have more progression and have 2 more layers of harmony, like arrangement. Like I like arranging vocals. I'm really good at it. I've been doing it since I was 12. Like, so, like I've always recorded myself because like when I started singing and taking voice seriously, my dad got me like a little recording equipment set up when I was young. So he would just put up GarageBand like on the back, and I just clicking around and I figured it out, and now I'm like,
God, yeah, I know what you're doing.
And now I use Logic, but it's just like the upgraded version of like GarageBand. But so I don't know how to mix and master. I am somewhat learning. Like my producer that helped me open the place, his name's Abstract Conquest, and he like the last couple songs he mixed for me. Like I took notes and I wrote down everything, so I can mix something simple, like something like maybe a couple vocal like tracks, but I can't mix it to like industry standards.
Sure, yeah.
Which is why the songs I'm currently getting mixed right now are getting mixed and mastered by like someone professional out in LA, which is my first time ever having that happen. Awesome. I don't produce either. I can play guitar and piano, but I don't like know music theory, so I don't write music on my instruments. I usually get sent instrumentals, or Abstract comes over and plays some groovy on the piano, and I'm just coming up with stuff.
That's awesome. Okay, so where can they find you? You can look in this camera, like socials, Spotify, everything like that.
Melody Demon for my social media, it's Melody Demon Music on TikTok and Instagram. For music platforms, including YouTube, it's just Melody Demon. Yeah.
No, I appreciate you. I'm glad that we got an interview. If you have any other friends that want to come on the podcast. Oh, wait, actually, how is the music scene in Charlotte? Like, people hear about Atlanta, LA, even New York a little bit, but in Charlotte, how is the music scene? Like, what is it?
The music scene in Charlotte is, well, before I went to LA, because I just recently went to LA for the first time, so it's kind of, it's not non-existent, but it's the movement is it's not here. It's
Right.
just not, in my opinion anyways. Now, I mean, maybe there are people that are super plugged in and they know all the right people here, but like in LA, maybe even New York, it's more fashion, I feel like. But LA, like you go out, everyone's an artist. Everyone's an artist. You go meet, what do? Oh, I do this. Everyone has like an answer, like, and everyone is a collaborator, in my opinion, or like from what I've seen anyways.
Yeah.
In my experience, in my opinion. But here, man, like, I mean, obviously there's like places you can go perform, there's some studios.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like there's no music scene at all here,
Sure.
but there's a movement. It's just not the same. And I don't feel like you can progress as easily because of that. Like, I've been here my whole life. But I spent 4 days in LA and accomplished like more towards my career than I ever have here.
Yeah.
So there's just more, like, there's, you know, they say you got to be in the room
Yeah,
with people. And
100%.
let's just say LA has a lot more rooms
Sure.
than Charlotte does. Yeah, for sure.
Makes total sense. Well, I appreciate you for being on the interview.
Of
then,
course.
yeah.
Thank you for having me. I'll definitely let you know if I have any other people. I have a lot of artist friends, so.
Yeah, amazing. Appreciate you.
It's Big Mouthy.